Okay. Thank you for having me today. My name is Adam Campbell. I'm the CEO of ControlPad, and I'm very honored to speak with you about igniting your passion and solving your fundraising challenges. And I believe I have a story that may benefit you. So, in 2004, my wife and I, we had the unfortunate experience of having our oldest child be diagnosed with autism. And not only was he diagnosed with autism, we got the dreaded news that it was a low functioning diagnosis, which was pretty scary at the time. And so my wife and I, specifically my wife, started doing lots of research about autism and the treatments that were available because we figure we didn't have any expectation of where he would be, but we figured as long as we worked hard and provided the best, we, roll the dice and see what happens. And so that was kind of our philosophy. What was surprising is when friends and family and people even in our community, when they found out, I mean, we had people coming up to us in a grocery store, while we were pumping gas. Hey, Campbell family, we heard the bad news. We're so sorry. What can we do to help? And it was astonishing to see some people we knew well and some people we didn't know well. But what was astonishing is people have passion. When they know they can help, they passionately want to help. So one night, my wife and I, we were laying in bed and we were talking about how, this phenomena is happening, and we were trying to figure out how to come up with some of the money. And then my wife says, Adam, what'd be really interesting is we go to this school, we go to this organization, some people come to our house, and wouldn't it be nice if when people ask us, hey, how can I help you? When people say that, wouldn't it be nice if I could pull out my mobile phone and say, here, this is how you can help me? And it's got a menu of items that we need, because everybody's going to be different. But wouldn't that be nice? And I tell my wife, wow, that's a great idea. In fact, would even be awesomer or better would be if it connected right to the school. So people aren't writing us checks. That kind of freaks me out a little. If people could just, maybe pull out $50 a month out of their paycheck, and it be applied right to the school, that would be great. So a few years go by, quite a few years go by, and we hadn't really thought about that tool anymore. And in about 2011, I had a software opportunity, and I had a customer that was in the Boy Scouts of America network. And they came to me and they said, hey, Adam, we've got this problem. And wouldn't you know it, it was the same exact problem that my wife and I had, addressed years ago. And the problem is this: people are passionate about things. But when people are passionate, instead of waiting to share on social media or share on a desktop or become active, wouldn't it be better if you could pull out your mobile device and say, sure, please help me. Thank you for offering. Here's a list of items. Here, let me push this little button and it will text you. So you can kind of go through the site, you can go through this mobile application, and you can see what help I need. But you know what? On there, you can also see what others need too. And so that kind of started this premises of engaging people. The one thing that most organizations and even small businesses forget is that a desktop computer, a website specifically, is generally built as an online brochure. It's passive. A mobile phone is active. A better way to describe that is, let's pretend I'm going to go lose weight. And I'm sitting on my couch at night, we're watching TV, and Biggest Loser comes on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta shed 20 pounds. So I go on my iPad and I search the best ways to lose weight. Well, let's say I find a CrossFit gym, And they have this specific application that says, workout of the day. You want to try it? Click on workout of the day. We'll feed you workouts of the day to your mobile phone. You can do it in your privacy. And if you get good at this and you like it, come join us. So that's the active part. So you have to remember, when you're building your campaigns, you have to have your passive, which is the research side, and you have to have your active, which is the engagement side. And in this economy, and in this business environment, and this new world of technology, this is the game. These are the rules. So let's go back to my Boy Scout client. So what we solved for them specifically was basically what we had identified, which is taking a volunteer, giving them the tools not only to share, but to capture the person's information, to engage, and be the pre-social media side, so that each family was almost like its little micro campaign tool. What's the secret to fundraising? Is it, excellent events? Is it government grants? Or is it distribution? I'd like to propose the idea to you today that distribution is where you should put your focus. Distribution means that think about all those volunteers that get excited about your cause, and they become your fundraising vehicle. So, how successful has this been? Well, to date, from 2011 to 2013, we have 400,000 volunteers using our software. Let me repeat that. 400,000 volunteers in just 2 years. It's very successful. It equates to millions and millions of dollars in revenue for our customers. I would implore you to do a little bit of research, to start understanding what this new community of engagement is. Stop thinking about social media. Stop thinking about digital technologies and video. Hey, those are all great tools, and I use them often. But let's, come up with a plan. Come up with a core platform that must involve passive, active, and distribution. These are the 3 keys that you need: passive, active, and distribution. Well, I really appreciate you having me here today, and I'd love to answer any of your questions.